Every year, it's the same. Those big goals you had have vanished. All the motivation, all the hype you had last January for the fresh start is now gone.
But hey, I got you. Here's a quick no BS framework to make sure that this year is your best year. To set goals the right way, to make sure that you are consistent, and a philosophical requirement for making sure that you actually change. To make this year the best of your life, you essentially have two requirements: progress and enjoyment. You gotta both progress in what you want to improve and enjoy the journey. If you do both, your year will be majestic. You need to combine growth and fulfillment.
James Clear, in his masterpiece Atomic Habits, tells us to think about systems, not goals. Systems are more important than goals, because they are what actually leads to results. If I want to be shredded, my workout and diet plan, which is a system, matters far more than the goal itself.
But thinking that way misses a key point. First of all, you need direction. Systems define what actions you need to do to get to a desired destination. So if you don't have a goal, a direction, you can't have an effective system. Goals tell you where to go. Systems make you go there. Fulfillment is found in the process, in the journey, not in the destination. But at the same time, you need a clear direction to start a meaningful journey. But now, how do you actually set goals? First, you need to analyze your current life situation. Rate how much satisfied you are in these 6 areas of your life.
Health and body. How do you feel? Is your health good enough for you? Do you like how you look in the mirror? Spirituality. It doesn't matter if you're religious or atheist. The question you have to ask yourself here is, do I feel good with my spiritual side? Or do I need to believe in something bigger than myself to feel better? That's totally up to you. Mental health. Do you feel comfortable being yourself? How often do you feel anxious, overwhelmed, etc.? Purpose. Do you feel a sense of purpose and meaning in your life? If not, I highly recommend you to find it. But how can you find your purpose? Explore the world, explore different perspectives, read more, meet more people. Purpose is created, not found. You can also check my video on purpose. Social life and romance. Do you have good friendships? Do you have people who you trust? Are you satisfied with your love life? What do you want in a relationship?
Rate all of these areas. Now choose one main goal for each of these areas. Not 2, 3, 4, 10 goals for each. Now, an important part. How do you actually stay consistent? Here are some tips inspired by Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Number 1. Set your environment right. Observe what are the triggers of your bad habits and hide them. And make the triggers of the positive habits more visible. For example, if you want to drink more water, put a bottle of water on the table.
Make the trigger of the habit visible. If instead you want to stop doing something, just hide the stimulus.
If you want to stop scrolling, put your phone in the most distant place you can. Lock it. Do whatever you can to make the negative habit less easy to perform. Number 2. Track your habits. Write down every time you do it or skip it and reward yourself.
To keep track of the progress, write in your calendar every time you perform the habit. Never skip more than once. After, you start losing momentum. You might even make a promise to yourself. For every time you do the action, you could save for yourself $1 so that after 6 months, you can buy yourself something. This gives you a sense of reward and motivation.
Number 3. Habit stacking. After a habit you already do, add the habit you need to do.
To add new habits, you can use the already existing ones as a foundation. Meaning, if you already brush your teeth every morning, but also want to start meditating, you can stack those 2 habits.
You will meditate right after having brushed your teeth. That way, you'll have more clarity and you'll perform the habit more easily. Number 4. Write them down. One of the reasons why so many people don't stick to their goals is because they literally forget about them. They don't even take the time to write them down.
Create a vision board and put it in your desk. Remember, the more you see something, the more important it becomes for you.
If you just decide your goals, but then you don't find a way to always remember about them, you'll soon stop acting towards them. And the last tip, don't just add, also cut out.
People always get excited for the new year. New dreams, new goals. They start setting dozens of goals, things to do, skills to learn, money to make. Yet they don't realize the secret is not adding habits, but removing distractions.
Phone, social media, gossip, politics, games, the toxic people around you who are holding you back.
All the hyper-stimulation of modern world. To create clarity, you need to remove, not to add. Create a mental space of peace and order. Information overload is a real problem. So to maximize your results, you need to cut out what's not necessary. Create a clear vision and then act to get there. If the vision is clear enough and you've eliminated every distraction that might prevent you from getting there, you'll get there.
And now the last requirement. To become someone new, you have to kill your older self.
I know that seems obvious, but it's maybe the greatest reason why people fail on becoming someone better. To become better, you need to kill your older self. You need to kill the dysfunctional parts of your identity that are holding you back. Let's say you want to start smoking. You might be tempted to count how many days you can resist without smoking.
But you're actually not doing yourself a favor.
If you count for how many days you can resist without smoking, it means you still think to yourself like a smoker who's trying to quit. If instead you completely remove smoking from your identity, counting for how many days you can resist without smoking becomes even stupid. By eliminating smoking as a habit, you're actually killing your older self who smokes. To become your new, better self, you need to let go of your older self.
You need to accept that a part of you will die. The same goes for everything else. Start seeing your habits as a reflection of your identity. You don't simply smoke, you're a smoker, and as a consequence you smoke. Or you're a runner, and as a consequence you go running. They seem the same thing, but they aren't. I mentally represent myself as a non-drinker, even if every once in a while I drink. That habit won't get reinforced in my concept of identity. Try to think not only in terms of habits, try to make your habits the proof of your identity. Try to reinforce your desired identity with the right habits. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one.